Hey there, hey there, hey there. It has been, let me see. It has been maybe like a week, maybe or two, or maybe a couple of days. It's been a couple of days since my last full video. I have been still receiving feedback and questions about what the next video gonna be about. So we're gonna start off like we normally do. I want to really take the time to thank God. I want to take the time to thank God for all of these lessons, all of these blessings, all of this understanding, all of this wisdom that has come about. Even since my last video, I want to thank God for the new followers, the new viewers. I want to thank God for those who are being helped by this situation in these conversations just as much as I'm getting help myself. A lot has happened, and we're going to talk about it today. And I just want to thank God and take this moment for our silent prayer and take us and cover us on another video of our journey today. So let's take a moment and pray. Amen. All right. So the video today's topic is going to be about healing, more healing of our trauma, and how to start really creating a healthy relationship with yourself and a healthy relationship with others. And I think I'm going to end with our prayer about love because it's all about loving ourselves. But you know what? Let's start off with that prayer because maybe this reading, this prayer will get us in the right energy, particular me in the right energy. Okay. So back to the circle of fire. This portion is called love. Today you can take a great step towards a return to love by healing your relationship with yourself. Love for yourself is the key to loving others. Love begins within you. When your relationship with yourself is based off love and respect, your relationship with everything else in life will change, including your relationships with people that you love. How do you feel about yourself? How do you love and respect and honor yourself? If the answer is no, that explains all the broken hearts that you've had. When you don't love, respect, and honor yourself, then you allow people to treat you without love, respect, and honor. We're going to talk about that. But once you learn to treat yourself with love, respect, and honor, there is no way that we will accept anything less from others. If someone wants to play an important role into your life, such as a friend or a lover, a husband or a wife, then you already know what kind of person you want. It is obvious if that person is not what you want, and you have this awareness right from the beginning. Why? Because you truly are true to your integrity, and you no longer lie to yourself. We gonna talk about that. Integrity is a totality of yourself. It is what you really are, not what you believe about yourself or what you pretend to be. When you are true to your integrity and never consistently go against yourself, you are honest with yourself, and you'll notice when someone shows you disrespect. If someone treats you disrespectfully, you have clarity to say, hold it. I don't like the way you're talking to me. You put up those boundaries right away because you won't allow yourself to be abused. You create a clear system of boundaries with other people and who also respect those boundaries the others put on you. With self-love, if someone wants to be with you, that person has to come from a place of love and respect, not from fear and disrespect. If you're already in a relationship that doesn't honor you, then you can enter a period of healing and cleansing so that the both of you can return to love and respect. Begin with yourself, though, and continuing with each other. You begin with yourself because you need to have love in order to give love. You need to have self-respect in order to give respect. The relationship needs to be based on respect. If there's no respect, sooner or later, there is going to be a lot of broken hearts. We are going to touch bases on that. What do I mean about respect? If I'm in a relationship with you and I respect your choices, I would not try to control your choices because I love you. I allow you to be what you are. I don't have to agree with you, but I respect every belief that you have, every choice that you make, because I love you the way that you are. I also respect my own life, and I will not allow you to control my life. We need to talk about that. If you don't respect me, I will still love you, but that may be the end. The only way to save our relationship is to recover the respect, to communicate better, and to create new agreements with a new set of boundaries. In this way, the relationship can be healed. Self-love is something completely different from selfishness. Selfishness says, if you love me, you will put up with my emotional garbage. You have to put up with my anger, my judgments, and never leave me. We are gonna touch bases on that. To tell others that you love them and then abuse them is not love, it's selfishness. How could I love you and abuse you at the same time? For me to keep you, even if I'm abusing you, is selfish, not love. Selfish love gives you the power to break all the lies that were programmed to believe. Lies that say, I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not strong enough, I can't make it. With self-love, you are no longer afraid to face responsibilities in your life, to face problems. Remove them as soon as they arise. Why? Because you trust yourself to completely make choices that support you, and you never set up circumstances that you go against. With self-love, you enjoy your own presence. You enjoy what you see every time you look into the mirror, and the big smile on your face enhance your inner and outer beauty. With self-love, you don't have to follow a false image of perfection or try to prove that you are good enough for love. How many of us do that? When you have self-love, you no longer live your life according to other people's opinions. You don't need others people to accept you or tell you that how good you are, because you know what you are. With self-love, you are afraid to share your love because your heart is completely open. Today can be the day where you experience the beauty of yourself. Today can be the day when you reconnect with your own spirit and express all of the love in your heart. Focus your attention on what you feel in this moment. Feel the desire to be alive. Feel the desire for love and joy. The desire to create something wonderful to share with others. The biggest mission you have to make in yourself is happy, to share joy, to share love and your happiness. And let's another communion of love with our Creator. Feel those words coming directly from your heart to the one who created you. Here's prayer. We're ready. Today, Lord, help me to accept myself the way that I am, without judgment. Help me to accept my mind the way that it is, with all of its emotions, my hopes and my dreams, and my unique personality. Help me to accept my body the way that it is, and all of its beauty and perfection. Today, Creator, clear my mind of the emotional poison and self-judgment so that I can live in peace and love. Let the love for myself be so strong that I never again reject myself or sabotage my happiness or personal freedom. Let me love and accept myself without judgment, because when I judge myself, I find myself guilty and then need to punish myself. With the power of self-love, Let all my relationships be based off love and respect. Help me to let go of the need to tell others how I think or how to be. Let me accept the people I love just the way that they are without judgment, because when I judge them and blame them, I find them guilty and I want to punish them. Help me, Lord, to love everything you created with no conditions, because when I reject your creation, I reject you. Today, Lord, help me to start my life over with the power of self-love. Help me to explore life, to take risks, and to love myself unconditionally. Let me open my heart to love, and that is my birthright, so that I share my love wherever I go. Amen. Whew. The first 10 minutes of this whole entire video, and that's how we're starting off today. Okay? All right. So let's touch these bases on this stuff. I can, again, as I said on many videos, I can only talk about me and my experiences. I'm not an expert, but I know what I know about me. I know who I am about me. I can hold myself accountable about me, when I'm right, when I'm wrong, when I done messed up and everything. So that's how I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it right now. Okay? Yes, I have a problem setting boundaries. I have a problem when the first problem arises of something that I don't like, and I don't walk away. How many of us do this? I'm going to be the first to admit it. I'm going to admit it all the time. To walk away. To walk away from your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family members, anybody. Set those boundaries for yourself, because that's depicted into that whole entire part. Loving yourself enough to know when you are feeling disrespected, and this ain't coming from a place of love. People want to punish us for the things that don't go their way. It just we really just sat there and read it, where it just said that don't judge people for who they are. Don't allow people focus your attention on what you feel. How can you say you really love somebody and you trying to control somebody's narrative? That's not love. That don't mean you love somebody. If you trying to tell them how to be, how to feel, how to do. I get accused of that shit so much. I get accused of that so much that it drives me crazy. I am an empath. I cannot tell somebody else how to feel. I can only tell you how I feel. But when I express how I feel is a problem, then we really do have a problem. Because how is it that you want me to understand and dig into how you feel and what you feel, but you don't want to understand how I feel? I've had this situation come about way too many times. I've had a situation where I was in a whole entire relationship and a marriage that to this day, I know for a fact that it's going to be your side versus my side. Your words versus my words. Your feelings versus my feelings. And at the end of the day, the biggest picture is boundaries was crossed and things were said and things wasn't done. And it just was better off going the opposite way. That's all you can really say. Because I was watching church yesterday, and the man, I can't even say the man, the pastor spoke and hit a nerve yesterday, like big time. It was first Sunday. He hit a nerve. He said, if you put God in your mess, then God will help you through your mess. But when you call man and put man in your mess, by the time you get off the phone expressing your feelings to man about your mess, they gonna get on the phone and talk about somebody else about your mess. And by the time all your mess that got spreaded around and came back to you, it ain't even the mess that you even said that it was. Gossip, envy, betrayal, all these different feelings, all these different emotions start coming in, all these different things, and all you doing is trauma bonding with somebody. You not healing with nobody, you trauma bonding with somebody. It plays into our friendships, it plays into our emotions, all the trauma that I have spoken about my whole entire life from beginning to end. I think about how many times I did not, like I've said on previous videos, how many times was I not supposed to tell certain people my shit? How many times? Because your words and your thoughts is manifesting on my life, and you could be the reason why I'm stagnant. But again, you can't be the reason why I'm stagnant. I'm the reason that I'm stagnant. Because when we talk about that modern clay, we talk about how that modern clay is on that wheel, you getting reshaped by God. You ain't getting reshaped by man. So why the hell are you so busy running about it? I to this day got that problem. I be telling people shit that I ain't got no reason to tell nobody nothing, because all you doing is being the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor of my life and my situation. Because who being the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor of your situation? Are you really telling me your stuff? People so quick to say what somebody else doing or what somebody else saying, and not what they really want to say, or not what they really want to talk about, or what they really want to do. But who gon' Facebook to me is, what episode is we on in your business today? That's why I had to get off social media. For real, for real. It ain't it. So we're gonna go back into talking about the inner workings of relationship and healing these traumas so that we can do. I keep talking about it and I keep talking about it. What happens when your mother is pregnant with you subconsciously comes out at some given time. You don't know if it's going to come out when you're 10, 12, 25, 35, 55. You don't know when the fuck it's going to come out. But when it come out, it comes out. Only you gonna know that what it is. Only you gonna end up sitting with yourself and finding out what it is. Only you gonna know what this part of you is showing up and what this part of me is doing. And that's a trigger. So those triggers is coming out. Everything that you hear your mother going through or experiencing shows up in how you show up in your relationships. I keep talking about that. Then it goes into how we start trauma bonding with people, and are we building real healthy relationships? I'm not seeing nobody doing no inner work to be building no healthy relationships. I got a few. I won't say I don't see none. It's a few. I got a few people that I know for a fact that is taking. I'm going to even give my little brother props. My little brother really is taking the necessary steps to building a healthier him and a healthier relationship. Because I know this is triggering me. It's an emotional trigger in me. I'm going to take a step back. We cool. We straight. But I'm going to take a step back. Make it make sense. A lot of us ain't doing that. I, for one, don't do that. I did it, but I do it when it was too late, when too many bonds have been already put in, and my ego and my pride fought about something else. Because when I get angry, I get irritated, I turn this into my mama. I ain't gonna lie, I do. How she talk, how she irritated, how she get mad, how she get angry, how she go from 0 to 1,000, how she defensive, how she's guarded, how she's cold. I get that way. I get that way too. And then to find out that she experienced all the things while she was pregnant with me. Then not to mention when she had me, that I seen it and I was a witness of it. It keeps going on. What are we giving our kids? What are we giving our kids from the womb? What are we giving our boys from the womb? What emotional intelligence are we giving our boys from the womb? What guidance are we giving our girls and our boys from the womb? What are we putting them through subconsciously from the womb? For the women that I'm talking to, okay? All right. So, the most captivating romance narratives pale in comparison to a real life love story of couples who endure and heal hand in hand. Sitting in discomfort together with curiosity rather than a resistance is what leads to the deeper connections and trust. Okay, I'm an advocate of that. I believe that sitting in discomfort together with your mate to heal and build a deeper connection and a deeper bond and a deeper trust is necessary. But I'm not in agreement with it when it is just becoming too volatile and too much. I respect the space. A day, a couple of days, as long as it's necessary space. Because if you know that you can't sit with a person without becoming angry, you're in your own mind and you got your own PTSDs and you got your relationship PTSDs and you got all this other stuff. Be grown and healthy enough to say, okay, you know what? I gotta do something different for me and for us. And if it doesn't work out, then I don't wanna respond the same way I used to respond. And I don't wanna do that. Every healthy couple has been faced with temptation to quit on each other, but rather than surrendering the relationship, they need to choose to surrender their egos instead. Yup. Real love, I can tell you, is not easy. Okay? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It says healthy relationships are not found, they are created. How many of us can say that we walked into the perfect healthy relationship? I can say I have not. I walked into a situationship that was great. A situation friendship that was freaking great. And the more you fall in love with somebody, and we go back to the Kundalini when we talk about how your Kundalini is activated. Kundalini is activated when you really fall in love. And then that's when all that shit's gonna come out. All that trauma gonna come out. All them problems and all that mask and those masks 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 and those blinders and those blinders and those masks and all those things that you put over yourself to put and pretend, like it just said, pretend who you pretending to be, and you just moving on to the next situation and eventually gonna catch up to you. Where you gonna stop? Where you gonna stop the cycle for yourself, not for nobody else? Where you gonna stop the cycle for yourself? The benefits of doing this inner work, I can tell you it's really worth it. Like, even if you don't do it with a partner that's receptive of doing it with you, doing it for yourself and recreating yourself and believing in yourself is a better game. But it's even better when you do it with somebody who is reciprocating and like, come on, let's do this shit together. Let's really, like, let's do it. Because we the ones are getting in the way of ourselves. My last few days have not been easy, okay? My last few days has not been a typical couple of days. It's been a little rough for me. And I'll be honest and say, I hold myself accountable for being part of the problem. I won't, because I have an attitude problem. I'm stubborn. I'm a Cancer. We will emotionally unattached from somebody. We will unemotionally unattach, and sometimes I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to turn the switch back on because I didn't see it. And if you didn't see a healthy relationship, you don't know how to create a healthy relationship. You want to, you have the will to, you have the drive to, but it's really freaking hard. It's really, really hard. And I'll be honest with you, it's really hard. I am 38 years old, and I'm going to be the first one to say it is hard. It is very fucking hard to turn that switch back on once that switch is triggered and turned back off, because you got PTSD. You got PTSD against people, places, and things. But then what are you risking by taking that shit out on the wrong person? Because what if life is created within that situation? Then you think different. Then you feel different. Then you realize how much you're getting in your own way of your healthiness. You're getting in your own way of your happiness. It says unresolved family dynamics can resurface in our romantic relationship, triggering familiar patterns and unresolved issues. Dude, girls, this is what my whole entire situation has been for the last 3 years for me. I will be very transparent. I told y'all I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm very vulnerable. I'm gonna tell all my business. I do not care. I don't even know who's watching these videos. It don't show me who watching. They just show me how many people watching. Okay? Don't even show me how much you watching. It just show me that you watch them. I got unresolved conflicts within myself. I got familiar trigger patterns where certain things make me become defensive. I will resort back to being my mom. Keep saying it. I'll resort back to being me. I had my brother made me laugh and told me that he remembered me dating this guy and that the food triggered me, and the next thing you know, I was trying to clear his throat. I'm like, damn, I did. I don't even fucking remember it. I blacked out. A trigger response. Cause who you playing with type shit, you know? I become defensive. I'm little. So I'm always gonna feel like somebody bigger than me gonna try to bother me. Are you kidding me? That's been my whole entire life. I'm little. I'm short. I'm 5 feet. I'm back to the size I was when I was in high school. Okay? I didn't get big, but I done got small. Back again like I was in high school. Only difference is I got hair this time. And clear face. So thank you. The growth. And I got wisdom. So it's like, what are we talking about? But those triggers, they came back in an unfamiliar way. They, like, how much have I healed from that even to this day? Like, certain people get under my skin so bad, and I keep asking myself, like, what is it about this person that is getting to under my skin? But it's still unresolved family dynamics that just, like, I never seen anyone heal from this shit. I only seen us argue today, go to bed tomorrow, and do the shit again in a week. I've only ever seen cuss you out about this today, fight about this today, let's go to bed, kumbaya tomorrow. Unhealthy. Very unhealthy. Very, 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 very unhealthy. It opens wounds. Self-healing through a relationship is it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard. It's a humbling experience. Healing and transforming our romantic relationships often involve exploring and healing the wounds and the dynamics inherited from our family. Okay? Through their interactions with each other and with us, they imprinted on us as our core beliefs, our value, our perspective, and expectations regarding love. Even if the relationship with them is strained and caused our rebellion, it is crucial to recognize that our personality and identity are still deeply influenced by them. Our rebellion and resistance to our parents' influences can be just as formative as their direct impact. As we define ourselves in relations to their values and their beliefs that we are rejecting to oppose. Humbly acknowledging that our rejections are just as influential as our personalities, as our acceptance, allowing us to truly examine the layers throughout the inner world. Through honest self-reflection, we can gain a deeper understanding to how our early experiences continue to shape our reality in adult relationship, especially the connections between our dysfunctional patterns and our unresolved childhood wounds. We learn to love and intimacy through the way our parents love and were intimate with us. Okay, I am going to stop this at part 1, and then there will be a part 2. Because just reading that it just hit a wound. It just hit a trigger for me. So I'm going to pause this and start part 2, and we will continue. This may be a 3-part series. It may be a 2-part series today and make it into a couple of part series, because this is a major thing and I'm learning a lot more about myself, but I'm also learning that I'm helping a couple of others too. So see you in a second.